Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Today, I'd like to talk to you about research objectives. Research objectives are subsidiary to aims, as they indicate in more detail the specific research topics or issues the study plans to investigate, building on the main theme stated in the research aim. In essence, they are the steps taken to answer research questions or a specific list of tasks needed to accomplish the goals of the study. Normally, at least 2 or 3 research objectives will be stated. It is good practice to put these in a numbered list so they can be clearly identified later. Now, the following is an example of a set of research objectives. I'd like to share examples with you. The first one that I'm going to be talking to you about, or that I'm going to exemplify, is to examine whether alcohol consumption is associated with increased partner violence. So your objective will always start by 2. The second objective would be to examine whether labor force status, and I'm talking about employment, unemployment, not in the labor force, is associated with variations in the incidence of partner violence. Objective 3 would be to explore differences between couples with an extended history of partner violence and couples with only a brief recent history of partner violence. So these are some examples that I thought I should share with you of objectives. Now, the aims and objectives should be concise and brief. They should be interrelated. The aim is what you want to achieve, and the objective describes how we are going to achieve that aim. Be realistic about what you can accomplish in the duration of the project and the other commitments you have. Now, when we look at the aims and objectives, we're saying aims and objectives should not be too vague, ambitious, or broad in scope. You just repeat each other in different terms. So I'm saying they should not just repeat each other in different terms. They should not just be a list of things related to your research topic, and they should not contradict your methods. That is, they should not imply methodological goals or standards of measurements or measurement, proof, or generalizability of findings that the methods cannot sustain. At the conclusion of your research study, you will need to assess whether or not you have met your objectives, and if not, why not. However, you may not always meet your aims in full, since your research may reveal that your questions were inappropriate, that they are intervening variables you could not account for, or that the circumstances of the study changed, etc., etc. Whatever the case, your conclusion will still have to reflect on how well the research design, which was guided by your objectives, contributed to the aims of your study. No, thank you so much. I thought I should actually share this with you. It's quite very important. A lot of researchers find it very difficult to link their aims and objectives, and also to frame their objectives correctly and well. Thank you so very much, and all the very best in your endeavors.